adulting can be hard and scary sometimes. Man, I remember when I first set off for college, shit was rough. I had good days and I had not so good days. And I'd often second guess myself on just about everything. And we've all been there before. But when you fail, it's so damn easy to get discouraged. But I've personally found that when I fail, hell, that's when I learned the most about myself and the subject matter at which I failed at. Look, you guys know it ain't no secret. Life's not easy, ever. But it can be especially confusing and difficult when you're in your, let's say, early 20s. A lot of us are still trying to figure life out at that point. And for some of us like me, it takes a little longer. I mean, shit can be quite daunting at times, right? Well, there's this show I'm pretty fond of, and in the most fun way possible, it expertly tackles the early 20s struggle while being set in the magical girl genre of all things. Now, for the uninformed, the magical girl genre is a popular subcategory in anime/manga that typically revolves around young women with magical powers getting into insane hijinks. Off the cuff, some of my faves include the likes of Cardcaptor Sakura, My Hime, Sailor Moon Crystal, and Madoka Magica. Still interested? Well, I think it's time we talked about this gem of a web series known as Bee and Puppycat. Let's get it.
My God.
What if Adventure Time and Star vs. the Forces of Evil had a kid together? With a splash of Uncle Steven Universe thrown in for good measure. You'd have yourself Bee and Puppycat. But saying it like that would honestly do the show a huge disservice, especially considering I personally like this series more than any of the previously mentioned shows. But then after looking more into the production, I found out quite a few people that actually worked on those series actually worked on Bee and Puppycat. So, I wasn't too far off the mark. But like I said, saying it's a combination of all those shows is just a disservice, especially when it's dealing with subject matters like early adulthood and all the things that, accompanies that, like responsibilities, relationships, what's your next step in life, and is it even your best step for you? This allows the show to have a very mature vibe, whilst also very much so being a goofy coming-of-age story. And that's dope. Look, even if you're not a big fan of, let's say, slower or more in the moment, quiet type stories with some depth to it, Bee and Puppycat at its core is cute. It's this cute ass story, man, about a girl who's in need of emotional support, among some other things. But she gets that bit of support from her partner in crime, known as Puppycat. Now, they go on all kinds of adventures, and it's adorable as hell, man. Well, hell's not adorable, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. The creator of the series says that Bee and Puppycat was inspired by a lot of early 90s anime, and I picked up on that real quick because, 90s aesthetic is probably my favorite looking anime. Also, creator Natasha Allegri seems like just one of the sweetest and most adorable human beings based off her interviews, and that adorableness bleeds big time into the show. But let's real quick switch gears. So, in storytelling, one of the most compelling routes to get your audience immediately invested in your lead hero's journey is to introduce the protagonist at their lowest point. The story of Bee and Puppycat begins in such a manner. Stripped of her confidence after losing her job, the recently fired Bee finds herself mentally hurt while walking in the pouring rain when she comes across a fur baby.
A cat? Maybe a dog?
Puppycat kinda says whatever's on his mind. If something needs to be said, or best believe he'll say it. Those things normally range from rude,
No, thank you.
or to just straight up messed up, yet funny.
Puppycat.
But what makes it even more interesting is Puppycat's voice. It's a Vocaloid. Bee is the only one who can understand Puppycat in a Han Solo and Chewbacca sort of way. Which is a good thing, because the words homeboy Puppycat spits are borderline sinister at times, yet they sound so adorable. Alan Rachel, the voice actor who plays Bee, said, and I quote, "I love Bee and Puppycat because it's weird and quirky in the best way, and I 100% agree on that. The quirky bits help make it feel more genuine. Some of the more awkward dialogue scenes really do feel awkward. Kudos to the writing staff and actors on nailing that. By the way, Alan Rachel has such a weird type of fun in her voice that it helps make Bee feel even more likable. She feels like a real girl. The creator said she wrote Bee with Alan in mind to play her, and after hearing that, it totally makes sense, yo, because Alan just nails it. Like, her portrayal of Bee might be one of my favorite, like voice acting. Just, I don't know, just it's top tier. I love it. Man, Bee and Puppycat is so amazingly charming. I want to thank Cartoon Hangover, the voice actors, the people who helped fund it, and really anyone else who helped make this series possible, because it's kind of a fave of mine now, no lie. Which reminds me, I know at the beginning it looks very surface level, but by the end, you'll come to have a much bigger appreciation for the show as a whole. And like I somewhat mentioned earlier, if you've seen any footage of the creator, you'd find out real quick that she is very, very sweet. Bits of her sweetness are all over this series, man, especially in the overall feel and dialogue, like I said, which is probably my favorite part of the show, to be honest. I mean, how do you hear lines like this?
You took too long. Now your candy's gone. That's what happened. Pagao!
And not smile? like dead ass. How do you hear that and not smile? Bruh, I can't tell you how many times I've been in a not so great mood, but I'll put on Bee and Puppycat, then everything is chill. I feel that with everything going on in the world, more people should maybe give Bee and Puppycat a go. Also, there's apparently a new full-fledged series coming out called Bee and Puppycat Lazy in Space, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. I stressed full-fledged because the regular Bee and Puppycat is actually just a web series produced by Frederator Studios, the very same studio that produced Pendleton Ward's newest web series,
Bravest Warriors!
And if the animation style looks familiar, that's because Pendleton Ward is the same man who created the insanely popular series known as
Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the human. The fun will never end. It's adventure time.
The show was also animated by Dong Woo Animation, the same studio who's worked on shows like Ben 10, The Boondocks, Rurouni Kenshin, the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, and Dragon Tales, of all things. Really, nigga? Alright, so needless to say, Bee and Puppycat was in, solid hands as far as animation goes. So yeah, Bee and Puppycat, good animation, good vibes, great fandom, and it's the shit. Go watch it. And look guys, adulting is hard, now more than ever. But I just want all of you to know none of you are alone. Stay true to yourself, work hard towards those goals no matter how small they may be, and stay Gucci, y'all. I hope all of you enjoyed today's little quick recommendation video, but until next time, this is Dez from Featuring Dez, signing out. Peace!